Hi, this is Pete with Video Cafe. I'm here at Greek Voice Radio in Clearwater. Are we in Clearwater, Angelo?
Yes, we are right in Clearwater, countryside area.
And you may have heard Greek Voice. It's AM 1520, and it's mainly Greek language programming from 2 o'clock onwards, and then they rent small chunks of airtime to Hillsborough Community College, and we'll be talking to those guys later. But meanwhile, Angela, I've got to ask you, you've been in the business a long time, and this is your personal radio station.
Yes, it's a family-owned radio station. It's on my Yamka and ASA Broadcasting, and we run the Greek Voice radio program for the past now 19 years in the Tampa Bay area.
19 years, that's
19,
terrific.
We have long history. We used to be on a public access channel for over 16 years. Till we get on channel 48 on the air, 24 hours with ethnic programming like Greek, German, Italian, French, Canadian, and so, Japanese, Chinese, whatever.
Japanese as well. I haven't heard that show.
Yes.
Primarily the Greek show. Now, how many Greek-speaking people are there in the area?
There are a lot. Tapo Springs is the whole community area. Tapo Springs is the only Greek town in the United States.
Okay, and there's about 200,000, you think? 200?
No. If you cover up our map, where we cover up, we have two radio stations, north and south, from Pensacola all the way down to Homosassa. We're talking about Central Florida, including Orlando, around 250,000 people, yes.
Wow, that's really that's a lot of people. A big market.
Yes.
And the radio's tower itself is in Indian Rocks Beach, right?
Well, we got a good combination of towers. The one is in Indian Rock Beach.
Indian Rocks Beach, right?
Yes. Well,
and what's the broadcast
It's not
range?
on Indian Rock Beach, it's in Pinellas Park.
Pinellas Park.
Indian Rock Beach is the license on the radio station, 1520.
Oh, okay.
And the other tower is on Newport Richey,
okay,
on 1500.
And that's a simultaneous broadcast?
The simulcast, the 1500 is 24 hours, all day along week, and the 5020 we call it English International Program. And when we have a free time, we put it Greek program.
It's great.
After 2 o'clock. The morning time, 8 o'clock, everybody's getting to Hack Radio in Tampa, the Hillsborough Community College, where they have very, very good programming.
Yes, I've heard them. Very interesting.
A lot of people, they enjoy the program, and there are a lot of students and a lot of people, they go into the college, and a lot of information they give out, a lot of information. And they are very happy with the program they do. We receive a lot of phone calls here.
I bet. Now, the music that you play, is it primarily, would you call it pop music?
Well, the music they play on the Hack Radio is American music.
Yeah.
It's anything, 60s, 70s, 80s, they have mixed American music. But on the Greek Voice on the other side, it's all popular Greek music.
Popular Greek music.
Οι ελληνικές βραδιές στα Πρεσβερόπουλιάνος θα είναι μόνο την Πέμπτη και την Κυριακή το βράδυ στο Newport Richey, στο Port Richey, και την Κυριακή και την Πέμπτη το βράδυ πάνω στο Newport Richey. Δηλαδή αύριο το βράδυ στις 7 η ώρα σας περιμένουμε εκεί για μια ξέχαστη βραδιά. Επίσης και στο Clearwater κάθε Δευτέρα βράδυ, όπως πάντα από το Clearwater Bay Marina στο downtown Clearwater.
Do you have a website?
Yes, our website is home1.gte.net/WPSO.
All right.
And we are right there, and they can see everything. We have them both in Greek and English programming, and they can read everything most in English. And they can find out more about our network and television, radio stations, everything.
Terrific. Well, that sounds like a good thing to do. Okay, well, thank you very much, Angelo.
No
this
problem.
is Pete signing
No
off,
problem.
and keep listening to Greek Voice Radio. But for 4 hours of the day, from 10 till 2, AM 1520 broadcasts Hawk Radio, the voice of Hillsborough Community College, and they are based in Ybor City.
You're listening to Hawk Radio.
Hello, I'm Professor Bill Greco, and we're over here at Hillsborough Community College, Hawk Radio, and we're at Ybor City, and next to me is Dean Jack Evans. And Dean Evans, I guess the first thing we should talk about is how do we get the money for Hawk Radio?
Well, Bill, as you're aware, Hawk Radio has now been up and operational since the end of March of this year, 1998. So we've just been up for approximately 6 months now. We started out with the college budgeting proportion of money to at least get us up and going. We had some renovations done, got our studio, got our equipment. At this point, we have somewhat less budgeted money for going into the 98-99 school year. And with that in mind, obviously, we'll need some monies coming in to keep us going. Because we're so student-oriented with the radio station, which is the main focus of it, we're hoping to get the community involved. And so we're kind of marketing the radio station out within the community to help with some underwriting that would donate and provide money to our operation so that students may continue certainly this worthy cause as we continue to build into a degree on radio TV broadcasting.
Good morning, everybody. You're listening to Hawk Talk, 1520 on your AM dial. We come to you from Hillsborough Community College. We're a community-based radio station, and today with me I have two guests from Life Path Hospice, Laura Mosby and Kelly Panther. Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good morning, Dennis. Thank you for having us.
Oh, you're entirely welcome. Life Path Hospice. What is a hospice?
Well, hospice in general are organizations throughout the country that help individuals with life-limiting illnesses, individuals who are dying. And we do that through providing a variety of services to help that individual die, basically where they want to and how they want to. For example, we would help an individual be able to stay at home during the last stages of their life by providing nursing and psychosocial and social work care, as well as chaplains and volunteers and home health aides. So the basic mission of hospice is to assist those individuals who are coping with life-limiting illnesses to help maintain quality of life for them.
Well, good morning, Kelly. How you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Okay. You say that you do volunteer work for the hospice. What kind of volunteer work do you do?
I've done a variety of things. I've done patient family volunteering. I've done bereavement volunteering. And currently I volunteer with our Friends of Hospice Auxiliary, who is...
yeah, tell me about the Friends. I want to know about all these friends, you know.
We raise funds at special events, which I'll tell you about one that's upcoming. Mm-hmm. And we also educate our community regarding hospice and what hospice is and what hospice does.
I'll emphasize a little bit the degree itself, or the AS degree, which we're striving for in radio and television. And basically what we're preparing the students for is entry-level types of positions. We can train people how to use cameras, we can train people how to use a board, we can train people how to direct and produce, and we try to look at the whole area of television and radio. And this is a degree that Dean Evans and I have been working on, and hopefully it'll be ready for the spring. And if I can talk about the pledge drive that we're going to have soon, it's our effort to continue doing what we've been doing, and that is providing the community agencies with free time on radio. That's with announcements per week. We give, at this point, at least 12 different community agencies free time with interviews that last an hour, and also spot announcements that we give during the week. And we're constantly doing this because we're concerned about the community. We've developed a community partnership with the community, and I believe that this is going to help us quite a bit to continue our mission, which is to provide that time for community services and also provide our students with necessary training.
And I think next week I'm going to play another version of Caravan by a band called Three Sons, which is a little bit more of a modern, sort of an updated version of Caravan. And then after that we heard the Thelonious Monk tune, which he wrote himself, called Ruby My Dear. Both of those came from, I don't know the exact year, probably late 50s, I think. Okay, we're going to keep it going with some more mellow tracks here. Coming up here, I guess you could call him the king of mellow, Brian Eno. A nice piece from his album Apollo. The tune is called Deep Blue Day.
Starting in the spring, as you mentioned, we'll have a degree for students within TV radio broadcasting. So because of that effort, we want to continue the hands-on running the studio and being on the air certainly becomes an integral part of the whole program itself. I foresee now that we will be safe budget-wise through 98-99 school year, as you and I have discussed, as we get some pledge drives going, as we get more awareness in the community of Hawk Radio, which we certainly have done by the number of call-ins back to our certainly quality shows that we've managed to get up on the air, mainly through the efforts of yourself there. I think as we do that, we will, and the awareness does get in the community, I think the money issue will pretty much take care of itself to keep us funded as we go. And maybe we should let the audience know, right now HCC does not own the frequency that we're on. We in fact lease it from WXYB, AM 1520. And we lease that time from 8 to 2 Monday through Friday. So the time is ideal for us with our students. So the amount of money that we're talking about is really just for that lease time. And I feel that right now we should be secure, at least throughout this academic year. And I'm very optimistic that it will continue after that.
If you go to one of your centers at your school, they should have a book on the youth hostels around the world. And yeah, really, it's a book, and it costs, they're like, it's $25 if you want to buy the book for your little trip. And you can go around and stay at these different youth hostels, and they average maybe 12 or 13 American dollars a night. Yeah. So instead of staying in a hotel for $40 a night, you can stay in a youth hostel and go eat at a fancy cafe every morning.
Well, some of these hostels include, if you stay at they'll give you like a breakfast, or sometimes even a dinner for a real cheap charge. Do they have any in Florida? I haven't seen any in Florida because.
See, I'd have to look in the book, but I know they have them all along the West Coast.
Right. We'll see.
And they have them up in the Northeast. So they may have them here, but you have a house, so you don't have to worry about that.
Well, quite true, but yeah, because here I know around just in the Brennan, Tampa area, or whatever, it's like $30 or $40 is the cheapest hotel you get in there. And I remember staying down there a couple nights in a hostel. It's like our professor down there was saying sometimes you can find a city or a hostel that cost him $2 American for 2 meals and lodging. $2.
That's nice.
The station is run by students. As we speak right now, the board and the interviews and all the sound, everything is being run by our students, and they're receiving a certain amount of training in this process. And I've been just overwhelmed by the fact that these students have cooperated so well. We have to start our day at 7:30 in the morning because we go in the air at 8 o'clock, and they've been very good in coming in and doing their jobs. So I feel very good about this, and I just want to thank the community in advance for helping us out and continue our Hawk Radio mission, which is to provide our students with training and also to provide community agencies with free time.